Never do that. 4, 3, 2.
Soledad, thank you very much. And Rob, thanks for joining us today.
Soledad. Soledad. She's like an expert in Latin dance. Now to explain the Latin dance, Soledad.
We're here because you've just recently done a voiceover for a new CD-ROM called Fork in the Tail.
Fork in the Tail. My first, foray.
And what do you do there?
I am, I'm the guy. I'm the player. I'm the voice of the player. I am the everyman. I am the funny guy, I guess.
You're the alter ego in our heads, is what I hear.
I'm the voice of the player. I am the funny with my voice, FMV. What happens is you're transported into another dimension, and you have to survive. You know, you burned alive. You drown in water. You get stampeded by horses, and basically it's a Bob Hope road comedy. And I get to actually be like Bob Hope and Bing Crosby.
How did you get involved in this sort of madness? It doesn't sound like something typical, if you ever do anything typical.
Well, it was up here. Thank you. I try not to, but it was up here in San Francisco. They made it up here. This, hanging out in the Bay Area for a few months sounded fun. They didn't tell me it would be 6 months, but there's like 4,000 lines in this. It's just because it's like doing 5 movies.
And you had a role in writing of some of that.
Yeah, I was, helped writing some jokes, but they had great joke writers up here, and I knew the guys up from San Francisco, but so it's like you have to do every scene had at least 5 different variations. So you have to write a joke for each one, and it has to be performed in a little tiny room, but it's fun because you get to do things. Usually in a TV or film, you get to try things. You figure out one way, and they're all going to choose one way. It's nice. Right. You can try it several ways.
So you've done lots of TV right now with Men Behaving Badly, film, and you've performed comically in front of large audiences. When we last met, you had headphones on your head. Yeah. You're in a 4x4 foot room, I think we decided, and you were shouting lines at a computer screen.
It's the love shed, is what I like to call it.
The love shed. How was that different for you, comically?
Well, you didn't have a big audience. We basically had 3 guys who'd sit in the room with headphones on, and you can hear them go, or they would go, So it was a little different, but it was also nice because the variations, it was able to do 4,000 jokes.
And
it was
how many
exhausting.
voices?
I lost track at about 30. But it was nice because I've never had, whether I'm doing a TV show or film, I'm never able to do it in this many things I was able to do. Jokes, characters.
Did you do impersonations as well?
Yeah, I did the whole gamut,
Can you give us one here?
Well, a lot of it is the King, there's some, Elvis is in it. He's the hero, and then Sylvester Stallone. A lot of old impressions that are probably, but I haven't done them in years, so it was fun to do.
What's with the pen there?
Well, on the way here, my brother slammed the car door on my hand, so I'm Bob Doling it today.
Do you have a Bob Dole impression as well?
Yes, Bob is in the film. You people, you kids with your, but...
I wanted to quote what Any River Entertainment described your character as being.
What'd they say?
They said the happenstance hero who stumbles, and I want to get this right, into playing a pivotal role in survival of a parallel world.
I'm sorry.
That sounds, and that was a lot more like Jamie on Men Behaving Badly.
Well, what happened? They were just exaggerating. No, it is. I felt that way in real life. I just popped into this game, and I don't know anything about computers, and they just threw me in a room, and I feel like I was just trying to survive this.
Do you use computers yourself at home?
That right here. What's that?
Do you use computers yourself at home?
I have like a watch and digital, Texaco Instruments, 1973. It's a classic. I got to get the band fixed. No, I'm gonna get a computer. I feel like I'm like one of those. I'll get that. I feel like I'm one of those Filipino, cavemen who, like in the 70s.
I'm not familiar with those.
In the 70s, they found them. There's like these cavemen, and they were introduced to modern technology, and they all killed themselves. I feel like if I got too into computers, get that haze going, and I'd be gone. So but I'm ready to learn. I'm going to get a computer.
Would Jamie use a computer on Men Behaving Badly?
Yes, he would download naked girlies and put them on his fax machine.
And that's what you would do as well in your own personal life?
Yes. I don't know. If they were there and I had a fax machine, I probably would. You know what? I want to take advantage of the technology, and if that's a technology, I'll take advantage of it.
What would your involvement be with a similar project? Would you go through this again?
Yeah, I would. This was interesting because it was like a marathon, a comedy marathon, and like I think I was like ended up being stronger through this thing. I'd like to do it again and start from the beginning of the process. They've been doing this fork in the tail 3 years. Rob Lay has been working on this thing. You see him. It's like watching, the presidents at the end of their term. You see them aging.
Right.
To see him like it's like the 8th year in office. But it worked out well. It's a fun game. I hope people have as much fun playing it as we did making it.
Oh, great. Thank you for coming out here and visiting us.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back. Oops.
I'll get out of your way. What was I thinking walking on the beach? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll get out of your way. Whoa, Nelly!
I'm looking for Tahiti. I believe I'm in the wrong place.
Try to control your horse, please.